Welcome to not quite another edition of Beyond Data Management Podcast, but a quick special preview of NEHA 2025, which will be in Phoenix starting on July 14th, I believe running through the 17th, joined in studio by, well, a couple of titles, to be fair. Marketing manager for HS GovTech, which of course NEHA is one of your big deals that's coming up, but also you do a ton of work. Thank you for that as producer here on the Beyond Data Management podcast. And so we had a couple of minutes between episode recordings and have you drop into the studio. You were here anyway. You're
true.
Here for everyone, whether you want to be or not.
It's all right. It's my job. I have to be here.
But hey, you get to know what's coming up before anybody else in the world that way, at least, right?
Yeah, it's a good.
So you're the marketing
project.
manager, and I, of course, I would be biased, but I think the booth game at these conferences, first of all, it's important, right? And we, I think, put a value on it here, and they look really good. NEHA is always kind of where you roll it out and put on a big party. And this year is no exception, is it?
Well, last year we did a very big show, and it was great.
I had a cash money booth even.
We had a cash money booth. We had live Jeopardy, which everybody knows that was my favorite part, just for stumping everybody. So be prepared for another game coming your way.
It's really fun. The Jeopardy, it's really fun to watch somebody real big strutting up. I've been an inspector for 20 years. I'm going to crush all you fools. And then like they pick like a category for 100, which is supposed to be the simplest one. And inevitably, the most confident people coming in will blow it or miss one in the $100 or $200 category.
That is true.
But not liking to repeat things 2 years in a row. We're doing some fun stuff at NEHA this year, and we're going to cover it all. It'll be the biggest presence for HS, but also the podcast.
It will.
We'll have its own separate presence there, and we'll talk about that too before we end today on this special NEHA teaser. Also, while we're teasing, Dr. David Dijak, the executive director of NEHA, I don't know why I couldn't spit that out. He is going to be on within the next couple of weeks, probably will be a little bit after this gets dropped into the channels. But really looking forward to having him on. He's going to do a broad preview as well in his full episode on some things NEHA is very excited about, speakers, et cetera, that they're going to have there. So that'll be fun. Keep an eye out for Dr. Dijak's episode. What do we have planned this year? Because the game was really popular, so we're not going away from doing the game, right? You're just putting a funky new twist on it, and something is going to get unveiled for the first time at NEHA. I happen to think it's going to be more fun, but tell us about it.
So this year and I'm sorry for flooding everybody's inboxes and social medias, but if you're following along, then you got a sneak peek this week. But we are launching the Environmental Health Edition of Family Feud.
Got a logo for it and everything.
I know.
Looks great.
Isn't that so excited? Thank you, Adam, for all your work. We also have...
So is it going to be like a traditional Family Feud, right? Which is generally survey-based, right?
Right.
2 teams?
2 teams. What I would like for everyone to do is grab your favorite coworkers, your friends, your family, follow the polls, answer the questions. But even if you're not going to be at NEHA, you can still answer the question, just so you know. But create that team.
So a team can sign up in advance. It doesn't have to be a pickup game that night.
Right.
But it can be if there's a spot, right?
Yeah.
But no guarantee if everybody pre-signs up.
Exactly. So ideally, we would like to have 5 or 6 going into it. And then if we have to grab some people on a whim while we're there, then when we get into those second and third rounds.
And lean a little bit closer to your mic.
Okay.
This thing, I have trouble hearing you a little bit on the audio. So how many people on a team? Break it down. So if we watch the Steve Harvey version,
I think they have 5.
It's we asked 100 people, and then it can be a question, craziest thing you've seen a grandma do, or whatever the question is. And then they're ranked from the most common answer to the least, right? Of 100 people. Same concept here?
Pretty much. I will post some questions that are open-ended for sudden death type rounds, and then most of them will be multiple choice.
With the twist being, we asked 100 environmental health inspectors.
Right.
And it'll be a question that may be, if not directly, at least loosely tied to environmental health.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I do know you got a couple of ringers out there. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about the rules or anything
Yeah.
else about how it goes? I think you came with some stuff prepped.
I did. So
but
we have
we
some
asked
rules.
100 inspectors questions.
Look for us on the
Look
social
for
media
that
channels.
because you actually can be. There's still some questions left that we're doing, right? We already have some that are put to bed, but there are still some over the next few weeks that are going to come out. And you actually can be one of the 100 inspectors that gives your answer that counts towards the overall scoring of the game. So check that out. All right. Sorry, I got
That's
long-winded there, but to the rules and a little bit more of that. And
Yep. So look for us on the social media channels. Look for the polls. You'll find them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X. Also, you can do them via email as well. We'll take those answers too. Just put your answer down in the comments, and then I'll tally them up, and we'll be ready to find out those answers at the event. So after the rules, we will ask you to create your team. 3 to 5 people, probably okay. Come up with a fun name, decide who your captain is, and then you have 3 chances to play 3 different rounds, and we'll see if you carry on from one to the next, or if we weed you out in the first one. So that's how that's going to go. Again, you can email me if you have questions that you think you want to know from your peers that are in the field in different parts of the country. If you're on the inspectee side and you have things that you want to know what's in a health inspector's brain, this is your opportunity to find those answers.
you can participate too. Yeah, absolutely. So you're not going to be able to miss this when you get into the exhibit hall at NEHA. It'll be on the first night, which I believe is the 14th. And the it's 4 booths stitched together, right?
Right.
In what's called the EH Appreciation Lounge. Yeah. And so you'll check that out. Please, you won't miss it, though. Our branding will be everywhere, and you will see the Family Feud game. You'll see that logo that you saw on the screen earlier. If you're watching on the video side, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Also, there's going to be a lot of goodies and giveaways in that booth as well, right? Prizes.
Absolutely. If you attended last year, we came up with some fun stickers. We had some selfie lights, which I know everybody loved, but we are working on some special creative things coming your way. So those will be launched at that time. Yep. I'm not going to give it away because I'm still very excited about it, but
and a lot of candy. And consumable giveaways as well.
Of course.
And then also the couple other things, and then we'll stop bugging you with information on this. But we have on the 15th in the exhibit hall, on the main big stage in the exhibit hall at 10 a.m., we're actually, HS GovTech's giving a presentation on AI and emerging technologies in environmental health technology. So that'll be on, again, the 15th at 10 a.m. Really hope to see you all there. It's really fascinating because there's a lot happening with the AI right now, and it's something I think you'll enjoy seeing. And last but not least, the Beyond Data Management podcast will have its own booth presence, and we're not cheaping out on this from a podcast perspective. We are literally going to be setting up a full studio in the booth, multiple cameras, professional audio, and if you in the audience, you're an inspector, you work in environmental health, we are going to, and they'll be available on the spot there as well, but you can email in advance. If you want to sit down with us, we're going to do a special series, probably 5-10 minute quick conversations with a bunch of inspectors and folks, and we're going to talk about their stories, the crazy things they see, challenges, etc. So if you want to be on the Beyond Data Management podcast, we would love to have you on. You'll get your chance at NEHA to do it in person in the mobile studio live, and you can email us at beyond@hscloudsuite.com to if you want to put your hand up for that in advance. If not, we'll have Christina and some other people be roaming around, and you might get asked if you haven't signed up in advance. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll be quarantined into the studio booth we set up there, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited about that piece. So
it's going to be amazing. We're looking forward to it.
You've done a lot of great work, and everybody keep an eye out for those emails, and it's going to be great. NEHA, July 14th through the 17th.
Yep.
Be there. Tina, great work. Thank you.
Thank you. Don't forget, did you see the question that was posted this week? It was the very first one. What's the weirdest thing that a health inspector might find in the restaurant fridge?
A teddy bear. B, a live turtle, pair of shoes, or false teeth. If I was guessing, I'd be putting turtle, a live turtle. Yeah.
I feel like a turtle might be not completely unexpected, but if your teeth fell out while you were finding some tomatoes in the walk-in.
That's bad.
Yeah.
and yeah, a live turtle, after the conversation we just recently had with Sarah Jensen from Franklin County, and they were slaughtering goats in the back of the restaurant.
Yeah.
A turtle would not shock me.
Exactly.
So everybody sign up for a Family Feud team. Sign up to be on the podcast. Looking forward to seeing all of y'all at NEHA. Until next time, I'm Cameron Garrison for the Beyond Data Management Podcast. Have a great day.